Welcome back to IBC 2024. We're on the Okast stand. I'm joined by Cedric Bonnier from there. And let's start, if we can, and talk about the Fast for EU consortium. Where are we with that now? I guess it's drawing to an end of its period of time.
Uh, Sort of. So maybe just to remind people what Fast for EU is. So it's a consortium, meaning a group of companies with the same interest, which is funded by the European Union. So we got money from the EU to establish a solution for fast channels, which is using technology 100% coming from Europe, content coming from Europe, that we can then distribute on all the platforms, Pluto, Rakuten, Samsung, you name it. So it's really how we give leverage for European production to benefit of the fast business model on all the different big platforms. So we started that 3 years ago, and we are almost at the end of it. So technically, from a paper perspective, it will be ended, but it continues as a service by itself, meaning we are no more funded by the EU, but anyway, we continue the job, obviously.
Which kind of suggests that the 3 years which have gone before us have been successful insofar as it's made enough of a mark to establish itself and continuing
Exactly.
offering both the technical facilities and also the content.
Yeah, when we started, so we had barely nothing. 3 years ago, we have more than 80 premium channels with very nice content producers like Media One, Banijay, and Demo, all these very big European producers. We are capable to put channels on more than 40 platforms. When we started, it was really zero. And we have established what we call really an ecosystem, meaning you can go through us to all these different platforms, and you can have one channel starting on one platform, going to the other platform, months after months, whatever. And we have all the data back, meaning we can report. And it was one important story in this, and what we promised to the EU is obviously this is business, but this is also education. That's why we did white papers, we did a lot of things to educate people about what is fast, why or why not you should do it, what kind of money, interesting question always, you can get from it. And we publish everything, unbiased. It's not Okast selling something or the partners. It's EU explaining you things properly, unbiased, and do your own decisions, obviously, after that.
And I guess with, when European money is involved, they want to see how well it's been spent. So giving them the information back
Definitely,
again,
of course,
is a good thing. Let's talk about Okast itself and actually why it matters in the environment and what you do, if you like, on your own, as it were.
Well, we started 7 years ago, OTT white label platforms. It was when Netflix started to really be successful in France. Then everybody wanted to be Netflix of something. So it was the opportunity for us. We have the tool, you come to us, you have the complete solution like Netflix, smaller size obviously, but perfectly working as it is. And you put your name on it and you launch. And so we started with...
It's a white label service.
Definitely white label.
Best
And so now we have reached 500 platforms using on infrastructure and service. So from Quest TV, Subcredit, a lot of things, that programs you love, you like, and you can have directly. And all of these people are using us to do that. And then after that, Fast arrived. And same story, a lot of different channels that we can distribute. We build, we distribute. And what we issue this year at this IBC is just, again, convergence. Before you just had on-demand AVOD or SVOD, and then the big fast train arrived. And now you have on the same platform, AVOD, fast, SVOD. And this is what we call Okast Plus, where you can come, you have the tech, but also we bring content, we bring the channels. We just launched, for example, before the Olympics, which is big in France, obviously, we launched for Bouygues Telecom, a telecom operator, a fast platform. We provided the apps, the tech, but we provided also the channels, 50 channels. The app is available on 28 countries, 6 languages.
And what sort of channels have they can they see?
It goes from big names like Euronews, everybody knows, a lot of sports, because we started with Olympics, so we had a lot of American, but Italian, English, German channels, because they have different kind of sports. We also had movies, series, we even have kids channel, because the idea was to have something to offer to everybody. So that's where we are today.
And going forward, there's now the new consortium, ASAP for
Yes.
EU.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, and also how it differs from the Fast for EU consortium.
So Fast for EU was to establishing fast, made in EU, to simplify. We did that over 3 years, and we really identified, no big surprise, but that the key topic is advertisement. And advertisement, it's very complex tech, fragmented tech, coming from internet, from the regular TV, old TV and the new TV. And most of the tech is coming again from the US. We love the US, but we think we can also do it here in Europe, especially because in Europe we have a strong regulation. And so we want to help people doing advertisement in AVOD and fast to do that first properly with regulation we have in Europe, and then to have leverage. So we work with different companies. So this time we have Titan OS, which is a TV OS. So we are really in the center, the heart of the TV, the connected TV. We have very prestigious content provider, Impresa, with SIC in Portugal. So very strong. And we have Broadpeak, which is a technology partner for the advertisers, very specialized in that. And we want to be able to have something like a backbone for advertisement in Europe and beyond after that, for clear ads and more sophisticated ads than just pre-roll. So we work for having solutions for shoppable ads, interactive ads. So how to get the maximum and how to leverage data, again, with the regulation, to do attribution and all these mechanisms.
And it's interesting because there is, I think there's the RTL Ad Alliance, for example, but actually the vast majority of people providing advertising into Fast and other AVOD platforms are American. There's lots of them, but they're not from Europe.
Yeah, again, most of them are coming from the US, where advertisement is extremely mature market. In Europe, it's still Europe, so it's so fragmented. You have a lot of very local provider ads, which are really making money on internet, so web ads, etc. And this is a big opportunity for them, but they have to scale up in technology because it's a bit different. And what we see on the big channels, the big platforms, local is always where you get the best ads because it's something talking to you, speaking to you clearly. And this is what we try to do. It's to bridge this cultural business difference to put everybody in the same level in terms of understanding. Then the tech, because it's very tech. And to be sure that when you are watching a channel in Germany, the ads are really based on something, your culture, taking care of the content you are watching. And maybe you are in Berlin or Hamburg and you get a big, I don't know, Adidas ads, for example, big company, and maybe 2 ads which are almost next door.
Why do you think that it's important that it's done right here in Europe? Because I could imagine a US operator saying, well, I can tell the difference between Wyoming and Atlanta. I can clearly tell the difference between Paris and Lyon.
Yeah. Well, also, it's exactly the same logic anyway. So the point is, each country in Europe, we have a different language, number one. So they need to have multiple languages for the same ad. So the big companies, they used to do that. The smaller companies, they don't do that. It's expensive. The second, again, is a context, a culture. If you have sneakers, obviously you have some sneakers which are only available in in England or in France, because that's a game for the marketers to do something unique. If you are not capable to have the ad which is related to that, it works, but it works less. We want to bring really better ads. No, the idea is to have the complete track from the moment that, as an advertiser, you target somebody, the ad is watched by somebody, because then we have what we call attribution, meaning we know the full path. And when I do that, it means I can tell you, advertiser, it's not just a shot, in the ocean, and we'll see. I know exactly. And then the CPM, the money behind, can be 2 or 3 times more high than what we used to have when we are using big machines, programmatic, because everybody is shooting blank, and we'll see, if somebody bites on it.
Well, look, Cedric, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
For your time. It's really,
Thank you so
really
much.
Interesting area, and we've got more videos for you. So, TVnews.com.